Hi, I'm Martinez-Ortegon, and this is my Half the Sky final project. In the class Half the Sky, we covered 5 major units. The one unit that hit me the hardest would have to be Unit 1, Maternal Mortality. I honestly had no idea what that was to begin with. I grew to understand that it is the death of a woman while pregnant or within 42 days of the termination of the pregnancy. It came to be one of the most interesting subjects I learned my first semester here at Fort Hays State University. It wasn't just affecting third world countries, it was affecting the entire world. From Peru to Australia, it had no boundaries. I felt like most of the people within the countries of the world are unaware about this rising epidemic, although you're inside of it. We're already in the year 2015. We shouldn't have these problems due to the lack of mobility, health science, and sexism. I can't justify a mom from Afghanistan dying because her donkey couldn't arrive her to the hospital in time. Or even when a woman in Africa loses a child due to the fact that her midwife sees the only medical thing necessary to help her deliver her baby is to jump on her stomach. Or to see a woman be considered as low as dirt and not be helped by a male doctor because he's too high and mighty to help a woman out. I think the people within the highest rates are aware of their living situation and kind of unsee what's going to happen when they have kids. And I think they're aware of this because their whole life they've probably been around people who view women as low as dirt. They have seen the ripple effect of the woman, either how they give birth or how it's like negative about it, and how it's not gonna be successful most of the time. I think the people should take charge of their pregnancy, such as when they know they are pregnant, because there is obvious signs when you have a bun in the oven to start pinching pennies. I know they're probably dirt poor already, but even putting away like a penny or whatever they consider a penny a day might actually benefit them in the long run if they have to pay for these unnecessary bills. They should start to become closer, walk closer to the towns, the closer they become to the dates of their child's birth or the general time frame, just so they can't blame a donkey for having the mom die. I also believe that women should be viewed equal. I know that's against many people's beliefs around the world still to this day, but I believe women should be empowered and do what's best for them. Mothers also have a major role to make a difference in their child's lives when it comes to maternal mortality, because the moms of the women giving birth can give them positive tips or pointers, or tell them what not to do or what to expect while pregnant. Having the women teach the younger generation a few guidance tips and stuff will pass on their wisdom, which will benefit them in the long run to kind of give out the pros and cons of what's going on in the world. I think this should be discussed more in the United States. We could impose this idea by putting it in the ads during our Pandora commercials, Spotify, Soccerado, and Django commercials. Just little things that are very repetitive that we see daily and may not actually be listening to it, but we actually have the information kind of just in our heads. I also think we should put it before YouTube videos just so we could actually be forced to watch 10 seconds of what it really is and maybe give an extra link to show how they could benefit and help them. I also believe that we should have a class in which we can take like Half the Sky. I think it should be open to everyone outside of our learning community and maybe given as a humanitarian credit, just like one of those gen ed courses, because it's actually really deep and interesting. Gives you a great insight to the world around us. And I think we could also maybe make this maybe a 2-week, 3-week unit in school about maternal mortality. It could be implied during sex education or like a history class, because it's like a worldwide thing. It's affecting anyone if they're rich or poor. It doesn't matter. These tragic events happen. And I don't know, I just really enjoyed learning it, and I hope everyone else enjoyed it just as much as me.